I met Kevin and his wife in Beverly Hills, California in June, I believe, May or June of 2010. And all I can tell you is they were instantly became friends, solid people, wonderful people, and I hit it off with them right away. We formed a strong friendship, a partnership within ViSalus. They're absolutely some of the hardest workers and seriously wonderful people I've met in the company, champions of the system that I've ever met. They're part of another team, and I work closely with the Merriweathers to build a stronger company, and it's really an honor to have them on this call. I can't say enough about Kevin and Stephanie. Sorry, I had to mute the lines there. But basically, guys, without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to Kevin here and have Kevin kind of tell his story and how he got going and how to really go after this thing and just plain out take this thing by storm. Kevin, take it away, my man.
All right. Thank you, Hayes. I tell you guys, I am triple excited to share with you guys tonight just a little bit of the Kevin and Stephanie Merriweather story of, this last 23 months with the ViSalus Sciences and promoting the 90-Day Challenge. But I do want to start by saying that your support team, Mr. Christensen, Hazen, is like one of our favorite people in the entire company. He's right. We met in the limousine out in Beverly Hills. And, this was like 2 months into, us promoting the challenge. We had no idea, what this was all about. All we knew was we won some trip to Beverly Hills, and we ain't never been out there, okay? That was like high cotton for Kevin and Stephanie, all right? Because 2 months prior, we borrowed money to start as promoters at the Executive Success System. And 60 days later, they're flying us across the country and put us up in a really nice hotel, and they pick us up in limousines, and there's this guy sitting across with some of his team members. And I had been hearing about this Hazen guy. He went ambassador in 45 days. And let me tell you guys, and I heard he had never had any experience in the industry, and I wanted to meet this fellow because we hit PD in our second month. I matched my UPS salary of 20 years inside of my second month of promoting the challenge, and we thought we were just doing great until I met Hazen, okay? He kind of made me look like I was sitting at the kiddie table. And I tell you, we introduced ourselves in the limousine, and from that moment there, we hit it off and just been tremendous friends. And we were on the call today, and he says, hey, man, I'd love for you to go. A couple of days ago, would you do a call for my team? And are you kidding me? Your team is my team. So I am thoroughly excited to share just a little bit of the dream, the struggle, and the victory that we've been able to experience, over the last couple of years promoting the challenge. But a little bit about us. We were, Stephanie was a stay-at-home mom, twin 3-year-old boys at the time, 20-year UPS man, driving 18-wheelers over the road at night. Busy people, running. I was working at night, sleeping in the daytime, and a friend of mine called me up and said, Kevin, I lost 12 pounds in 2 weeks by drinking a milkshake. Now, before I got this call, I had heard about this challenge. A mutual friend of the guy that actually called me to register me into the challenge called about a month and a half earlier. His name's Tim. And Tim Kirkland today is a 5-star ambassador, knocking down a pretty nice salary. And Tim Kirkland called me. I wasn't interested at the time because I was busy. But when my buddy Steve called a month and a half later, timing is everything, guys. A month and a half later, Steve says, I lost 12 pounds by drinking a milkshake. It made sense to me that you could drink a milkshake once or twice a day instead of eating. I had never really done a meal replacement, so I thought I'd give it a shot. I started using the shakes, lost 12 pounds in a month by doing one meal replacement a day. Got excited, started sharing that testimony with all of my coworkers, all of my family and friends. And like I said earlier, 2 months into it, matched my UPS salary of 19 years at the time. 6 months to ambassador, 18 months to 5-star ambassador. And here's the deal. A lot of folks say, well, Kev, how in the world did you go from, borrowing $500, to making what, in 18 months, what it took you a year to make in 1 month from promoting the challenge? And here's the answer. We've got an opportunity right here with the challenge, guys, that is one of those opportunities that probably most of us won't see again in our lifetime. Because if you know anything about this industry, you see companies like Amway, Mary Kay, Herbalife. You see the big multi-billion-dollar companies. And if you can think back to when those companies started, if you and I could have been on the ground floor and we knew that those companies would be multiple billion-dollar companies in countries all across the globe, probably, okay, we would have put in the work knowing that we would get the reward. And that's where we are today. We can look at the track record over the last couple of years with Visalis Sciences, and we can see what's going on. We can predict where the company is going. It's inevitable. We're going to $1 billion this year, okay? I believe we're going to be a multiple billion-dollar company in the next 24 months, and we're going to change literally hundreds of thousands of lives all across North America and beyond. Now, knowing that, you got to kind of think about who we are. First of all, we are the challenge. Everywhere I've been over the last couple of the last regional events, I went to 3 regional events, and I talked about who we are. We are the challenge. And as promoters of the challenge, our job is to go out and promote the 90-day challenge. What do? We promote the #1 health and weight loss platform in North America. I'm giving you just a little bit of who we are so that you know what you've got your hands on, so that when you go out and you talk to folks, you don't sidestep up to your friends and family because you think you got some little mom and pop thing. You've got the cookie. You've got the best thing out there, period. You've got the best business on the planet, period. Okay? So who are we? We're promoters of the #1 health and weight loss platform in North America. What do? We help folks lose weight and get in shape. How do we do that? By giving them a meal plan centered around a 90-calorie meal replacement shake that tastes good, it's affordable, and it works. Now, because of our track record and the millions of pounds that have been lost, lots of folks that have, gained lean muscle or just gotten better nutrition or seen tremendous transformations as a result of joining the 90-day challenge. Lots of celebrities are on board with us now. We know everybody's hearing the buzz. 115,000 people joined last month. Without it, beyond a shadow of a doubt, the challenge is happening, okay? We're the fastest growing health and weight loss platform in North America. We're also, as a result, the #1 home-based business, the #1 fastest growing direct sale or network marketing company in North America. Now, here's the deal. 23 months ago when we started, it was none of that, okay? We didn't have a Success from Home magazine or a Challenge magazine. We didn't have a taster pack. All we had was a faded media kit and an application, okay? But here's what we had. We had a work ethic, okay? We went out from day one. Kyle Fassetti came to my home 3 days after I signed the application, and we did our first party. From that moment on, we've done 30 challenge parties every month for the last 23 months, okay? I'm kind of scared to quit now. 30 challenge parties a month. That is a go-getter's pace. Now, if that's too much for you, water it down. 15 challenge parties a month is a good, consistent pace. But one thing I want to tell you about your pace is this. Once you determine how many nights and how many parties you can run per month, stick to that number. Don't be the guy doing 12 this month and 6 next month. You will never develop any kind of momentum in your organization, okay? All right, now, one thing I want to add, too, is from day one, we made a huge list. We followed the system. Our system was, this is the pattern. We have a challenge party. Well, actually, we pre-party first, okay? So we pre-party, we make phone calls, we give out the couple of exposures before we get them to the challenge party. So pre-party first, okay? In the pre-party step, we've got to make an investment into some tools, the challenge magazines. If you don't have 25 challenge magazines, then this is a hobby for you, okay? If you don't have 25 Success from Home magazines, then this is a hobby. If you don't have, I'm looking at 3 stacks of 50 taster packs in my office right now. And I know what somebody's probably thinking, well, yeah, you're a 5-star ambassador, you can afford that now. If Kyle Fassetti was 3-weight into this line, he would tell you we didn't have extra money. But one thing we knew was we had to have the tools. Without the tools, then you're just talking about an idea. If you contacted me about this challenge face-to-face and you had absolutely nothing to give me or show me, then it's just an idea. The vision, the Vyline and the website is great, but if you don't have something you can place in my hand and give me a visual right now, then it's just an idea. And you know what? Because everybody's busy, everything else will get in the way of me going and listening to that Vyline and checking out your website when I get home. But if you give me a challenge magazine and you open to page 16 and you read, or highlight some of the article in there and share some of the success stories, then I'm going to, especially if I've got a goal of dropping a few pounds, then I'm going to start asking questions and saying, you know what, I'll look into this a little bit further. But without the tools, you're dead in the water, okay? So make the investment. Now, if you don't have the tools, well, in the pre-party step, you're going to go and hand out taster packs, challenge magazines. You're going to give out the Vyline or 3 Women's the Vyline. You're also going to send them to the website, use the media kits, the Success from Home magazines, and here's another one, 3-way calls. 3-way calls from day one. Kyle Passetti and I were doing 3-way calls. I was bagging and tagging them, guys, at 70 miles an hour, pulling a set of doubles, driving a UPS rig, 11 p.m. at night. I remember I was doing so many 3-way calls. We're getting a lot of background noise, but I was doing so many 3-way calls with Kyle Passetti in the beginning. I would have conference calls every few nights because I had too many folks to 3-way into him at various times. So I'd say, hey guys, just get on the call line at 10 o'clock. I was 3-waying like 6 or 7 people into a call, and I didn't know how to use a conference line back then. I mean, I was a truck driver, not some businessman, and it was just so funny. But my point in this is 3-way calls. If you look at step 3 in the getting started training, the pick 2 and party step, it gives you all of those exposures. 3-way call, I believe, is the one on the bottom. But let me tell you, one of the most powerful forms of an exposure is a third-party call. That third-party validation, a story of success, and it doesn't have to be, I'm getting excited, I don't know if y'all can tell, but it doesn't have to be, Kyle Passetti or even Hazen Christensen. It doesn't have to be someone who's been phenomenally successful. It can be a brand-new regional director, someone who just qualified for their car. And you know what? Let me give you this, too. If you're on this line and you're an RD and above and you don't have a 2-minute story that you can share with your downline and crossline and whoever on a 3-way call, then get a story, okay? I don't care that you don't have your car yet and you qualified last month. No one wants to hear that. Hey, look, I joined the challenge, lost X count or gained, X lean muscle or whatever your testimony is. I went out, I hit Rising Star Director in this amount of days, and I got my car in 60 days. So I qualified for my Visalis BMW in 60 days, and this has been an amazing ride. That is your story. Get a story and share it, okay? So third-party call, 3-way calls with your support team is one of the most powerful exposures after you hand someone a Success from Home, a challenge magazine, and a taster pack, okay? Now, pre-party, then we do a challenge party. From the challenge party, y'all know how to run a challenge party. Everybody on this call should know how to run one. And then after the challenge party, every night we run a what? GST, a GST, every night. So out of the GST, we do what? We schedule a pre-party date. To do what? Give them a couple of exposures to invite them to what? The challenge party. After the challenge party, we run a GST. To do what? Schedule a pre-party date so that we can give them a couple of exposures and get them to a challenge party. And somebody's probably listening right now and going, yeah, I heard that before. But let me tell you something, buddy. Until you start doing it and you really get down in depth and start doing it, you don't know. A lot of times we think we don't know, but we don't know until we start doing it. And it's such a simple thing. It is such a simple thing, we overlook it. If you can rotate that pattern of pre-party, challenge party, GST, the faster you rotate it down in your organization, the more momentum you will develop, the more people you will put in, the more volume, and, of course, the more money, okay? Some of the biggest organizations out there are running this play. This is the play we've run for 23 months. We are not going to change this play because it ain't broke. I was with Nick and Ashley in Austin, Texas a couple of weekends ago, and we were talking about that right after the Friday night RD and above. That ain't broke, so we're not going to fix it, okay? Run the play, all right? Now, I want to talk about this real quick, and I'm trying to get too much in here, but there's only 5 actions that cause money to flow in this business. It's prospecting. It's called PPFP. PPFPP. Prospecting, presenting, following up, personal development, and promoting. I'll say them again. Prospecting, presenting, following up, personal development, and promoting. Okay? I'm only going to deal with the first 2, prospecting and presenting. Because if I had to just pick one right now, see, guys, there's a season for everything. The season right now and the time right now is to be out every day prospecting. Hazen and he had me so excited I wanted to jump out of my car and have a convulsion and jump back in. And I was running 80 miles an hour in that Visalis BMW. But let me tell you, this is why I get excited, because I'm in the hunt. See, if you've ever been in the hunt, you will understand why I'm walking around my office 2 inches off the ground. I'm not even walking. I'm floating, okay? Because I am in the hunt right now. I'm hot. Everywhere I go, I ask this question. I'm out prospecting. Let's talk about it real quick. Here's how you prospect. Let's say you're out, throughout the course of a day, you're going and running errands, you're going to work, whatever you're doing. Now, let me start right here. Some of you are going to have to get out of your comfort zone. You're going to have to start saying hello to people. Imagine that. We are in the people business, not the product business. Products don't move people, people move products. You've got to meet, say hello, love on folk. The people business is the business that we are in. Without people, nothing happens. So if you're the person that's saying, well, I just don't know how to say hello, and I'm just not that kind of person. Well, you know what? And this may be hard. I don't know if Hayes wants me to say this, but don't quit your day job, okay? Because that's what you're going to be doing a long time until you develop this skill. This is a skill. It's not something that you were born with. I just assume when I'm going around throughout the course of a day not to say anything to anyone, but because I wanted freedom, because I wanted to wake up when I was done sleeping, because I was sick and tired of being sick and tired, I decided to learn this skill. If you learn this skill, you'll never be broke, because it doesn't matter what you promote. Every business is a people business. It doesn't matter if you sell car parts. It's a people business. The people that are buying the parts don't just go out and sell themselves. You're selling to a person. So learn this skill. Here it is. You get out. Let's say you're out and you're doing your errands. You've got to start, and this is real tough. Write this one down. You got to start saying hello, and that's it. For some of you, just go out tomorrow and say hello to 5 people and don't say anything else. If that's a tough one for you, if that's a big push, then don't say anything else. Just say hello. The next day, hello, how are you doing? Down here in the South, boy, that's like saying sick 'em to a dog. Everybody down here is so friendly. I mean, they get to telling you their whole life story. 30 minutes later, you're wondering what happened, right? But here's the deal. Here's the one question I ask when I'm prospecting. After I say hello, how's it going? You've got to find some kind of way to bring it to the challenge. Here's the question. Here's the $1 million question, the $25 million question. Have you heard of the challenge? Now, how do you kind of transition to that? Let's say you meet me or I meet you and I say, hey, how's it going? Doing great. And we small talk about wherever we are. At any moment in this conversation, 1 minute in, 60 seconds in, I can say, hey, you know what? This may be way out of left field. Let me ask you something. When I say that, this may be way out of left field, I can say, hey, the sky is falling, or hey, your shoes are untied. Or I could say something that was really smart, like, have you ever heard of the challenge? And then I shut up, and they go, the what? Most times they go, the what? What is that? And I go, the Body by Body 90-Day Challenge. You never heard of it? And I look at them like, wow, where you been? And they go, no, what is that? I say, it's the #1 health and weight loss platform in North America, the Body by Body Challenge. And then they go, no, what is that? What is that about? I said, look, what we do is we help folks lose weight and get in shape by giving them a meal plan centered around a 90-calorie shake that tastes great, it's affordable, and it works. And you know what? You've got to try it. That's how you throw the ball back to them, okay? If you just tell them about it and you don't say, you've got to try it, sometimes they'll go, great, awesome, good for you, man. Hope it works for you, right? And walk off. But when you say, hey, you end it with, you've got to try it. And you look at them, and they go, and then that's enough. You've given them enough. Then they go, every time they'll ask you one of about 8 questions. What does it taste like? Where do you get it from? How much does it cost? Have you seen any results? Who turned you on to it? Is there money in this? Get out of my face. Leave me alone, strange man. Something, okay? One of about 8 different responses you'll get. That last one, not a whole lot, okay? The more you do this, I'm telling you, it's like taking candy from a baby. They'll start following you around, and you won't have enough taster packs and challenge magazines. I'm telling you. So that's the skill. That's the skill. Have you heard of the challenge? No, what is that? It's the hottest health and weight loss platform in North America, the Body by Vi Challenge. What do you guys do? Well, we help people lose weight and get in shape. How do you do that? You guys personal trainers? Y'all own a gym? Where's your gym at? No, we don't own a gym. We give them a meal plan centered around a milkshake. Don't make it all complicated and tell them all about the shake. We give them a meal plan centered around a milkshake that tastes good, it's affordable, and it works. You got to try it, dude. This stuff is amazing. And they're going, never, ever, ever will they go, for me at least, they never go, nah, I wouldn't be interested in trying that. They always ask a question. And that is when you get a taster pack, a challenge magazine, a Success from Home magazine. I've handed out to date 6 challenge magazines and I think a couple of Success from Home magazines and taster packs. The challenge magazine is a home run along with a taster pack. Challenge magazine and taster pack together, home run, slam dunk every time. Okay? Keep it on the challenge. Keep it on the challenge. Now, I'm going to end it with this. The presenting part of this, you give them that material, you give them a card, and then you get a number. Okay? Remember, this is sort of, when you're out prospecting, you're sort of pre-partying, okay? Meaning you're giving 2 exposures. That is really one exposure. Here's the deal, though. Hey, here's my card. Check out my website when you get home. You're going to flip when you see the videos on the web. It's amazing, okay? Give them that second exposure. I'll give you a call tomorrow. You're going to love this stuff. Show them how to make the shake and get out of there. Then you invite them. You call them tomorrow or whenever the follow-up date is to invite them to the challenge party. Guys, if you learn this skill right here, you will never run out of business. There's a lot of folks right now that have been in 6 months, 3 months, 2 months, a year and a half, and they're floundering. They think that they're out of business because their grandma won't do it, and their cousin thinks that they're crazy, and, my coworkers are looking at me like I'm nuts, right? And I want to walk away from a job like Kevin did, but nobody will get in with me. Well, you know what? You got to work on you, buddy. You got to get you some books, and you got to start knowing that you can do this first of all. You got to start knowing that you got the cookie. You have the cookie. You got the best thing out there going. Nobody's growing like we're growing right now. We are the biggest, the baddest thing out, and you've got to act like it. When you walk up to them, you be confident, and you tell them this is happening. You don't have to tell them that, but in your voice and in your approach, they will feel it, okay? Now, some of you are going to have to read some books like The Magic of Thinking Big and How to Win Friends and Influence People and The Power of Positive Thinking and some of that stuff to work on you, and that's going to take some time. But get out there and start developing this skill of making an instant friend in 30 seconds. I can do it in any city, anywhere in the world, because I've practiced it for a long time. Okay? We never made any money for 15 years in this industry. And then all of a sudden in Visalis, it all came to fruition. But I'm so glad I never quit. I never quit. Never, ever, ever, ever did I quit. So don't you ever think about quitting. You just keep going, keep going, keep going. 30 challenge parties a month, pre-party, challenge party, GST. Keep rotating that pattern. The dream, the struggle, and the victory. Yeah, we were burning the candle at both ends, but you know what? Today, the victory of being free, waking up when we're done sleeping, the result of doing the work. Waking up when we're done sleeping, being a stay-at-home mom and dad. Right now, my boys are on the other side of the house. I'm looking at them from across the house. They're playing. They're waiting on me. The only thing I've done today was this conference call, other than field some other calls, because that's what I choose to do today. Okay? Tomorrow, no parties. Okay? Sunday, yeah, I pick up another party. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I pick up parties. But designing your schedule and living life on your terms, having the time, the money, the health, I think that all equates to a lifestyle. And I tell you, just being able to take those kids to school every day and pick them up was worth every single conversation Stephanie and I had to have in the first 12 months to earn our freedom. So some of you, 5 years from now, will be on a mountaintop with Hazen and the Merriweathers, and we'll look back over the last 5 years, and we'll look at each other and we'll say, aren't we glad we did? Aren't we glad we decided to get better? Aren't we glad we decided to go out and make this a priority? Because you know what? It was worth our time. And today there's no way I'd be on this mountain with you guys in Switzerland skiing, okay, in March for 2 weeks because I would have a job if I didn't make this a priority and decide to be good at what we do. So, hey, I can't wait to walk the beaches of the world with you guys and spend more time. I can't wait to see everybody in Kansas City. Hazen will tell you guys a little bit more about Kansas City, but our national convention is going to be sick. It's going to be a huge party. It's going to be a historic event. And if you're even remotely serious about 2012 being your year for freedom, then you will be at that function. If you just want to make a few $100s a month, then you don't need to come. But if this is your year, and you're saying, you know what, I'm going to be an ambassador this year and beyond, then you've got to be in Kansas City. So I tell you what, guys, I'm triple excited for y'all. I cannot wait for you guys to be doing calls with my team and sharing your stories. I know I went a little bit long, Hayes, but I hope that helped. I'm going to pass it back to you, my man. God bless, and thank you guys for listening in.
Hey, Kev, no, man, you've got me so jacked up. That secret is huge, and you're going to be in Cincinnati or right outside of Cincinnati on Wednesday night, correct?
Yes, sir. I'll be in Cincinnati on Wednesday night and Cleveland on Thursday night.
All right. So do you think it'd be important for people that are serious to be there?
Yes. Bring them all. Get them in front of myself. I think Jeremy Gilchrist is going to be there. There are going to be some other local ambassadors plugging in. But we are going to party like rock stars on the 14th in Cincinnati. So get them there.
All right. Kevin, thank you very much for taking the time out tonight. I mean, that's a complete overview, guys. It's the system. I mean, meet people. I love, my takeaway is say hello and have you heard of the challenge. Say hello and have you heard of the challenge. Guys, this is sick. I love that. You don't understand. This is it. This is the time. Timing's everything. If you're a surfer, you want to be riding the wave, not sitting back waiting for the wave or getting crushed by the wave. So this is the time. And I urge you guys to really, look at what we've got going on this weekend and what's coming up. Tuesday night, Kevin's going to be in Connecticut, and Wednesday night he's going to be in Cincinnati. I'm taking a whole crew of people with me to Cincinnati with these other ambassadors just to listen to Kevin. Guys, 5-star ambassadors, a serious $50,000 to $75,000 a month income, and you know what? The freedom is more important than the money. The freedom is amazing, and guys, with that, we went 30 minutes tonight. Thank you for being on the line. I'm going to wrap it up here. Get to the events, look at the calendar, events.visalis.com, and we will see you this weekend and next week. Talk to you soon. Thanks, guys.